Hello, it's the 18th of July 2023 and this is Cancer Update 31. The last 24 hours have been almost entirely positive, so I hope you're glad to hear that, as I am glad to report to you. Several things have happened that I'd like to talk to you about. Firstly, I was amazingly contacted by the POG family. Josh and Braden and Jared all contacted me, and we have exchanged messages, which has filled my heart with love for them as a family, and I am now calling them my family. And I notice in Josh's post today, he is also referring to all of his subscribers as family, and of course that does include me. And that's lovely. Josh, your last post with your children playing in the background is just gorgeous. I'm so pleased for you on that score. I do support what you're saying about getting a wider recognition or a wider method to show kindness. I think what you're working on there is really cool, and whatever it is, I'll support it. I think that's great. And of course, give all of my love and all of my subscribers' love to Sarah. There's no doubt when you read the comments on my page that everyone on my page is so supportive of you and of Sarah and your whole family. So please pass on our love. So that was something wonderful that happened in the last 24 hours. The next thing that was really wonderful was, you might remember, I forget which cancer update it is. It's whatever cancer update is under my finger now. I went to Wireless Hill Park just near my house, and I was saddened at one point to find that there was a Noongar plaque to the 6 seasons of the year that had been graffitied, presumably by some young kid with a graffiti pen. I wanted to set myself a task yesterday that was small but meaningful and achievable, and the task I set myself was to go to Wireless Hill Park with some solvents and see if I could remove that graffiti pen. And I'm pleased to report that I was able to do that, and I have recorded it. And it was a magical moment, because as soon as I got there were red-tailed black cockatoos in the trees directly around that Noongar sign, and they started singing to me. And I was actually trying to get them to fly because I wanted you to see their red tail. And the funny thing was, they weren't scared of me. They didn't, for the majority, they didn't fly away. They just let me walk up to them. And it was one of those magical spiritual moments that does make you wonder about the connection between humans and animals and the land. So that felt magical and spiritual. And I'm very pleased to report that that sign is now clean. And I will, after this session here, after this scene, I will show you the footage of that. And I believe you'll be as happy as me, as I am now. The one thing that's happened in the last 24 hours that was just straight out odd, that I wasn't expecting, was from 11 p.m. last night until 1 a.m. this morning, so for 2 hours straight, I had the hiccups and I couldn't get to sleep, and I was nauseous as a result of the hiccups. I've looked up what causes hiccups, and it's to do with the diaphragm muscle being agitated, and I'm guessing for whatever reason the chemo drugs that I'm on agitated my diaphragm muscle last night, and I had the hiccups for 2 hours. It did eventually settle down. I thought I was going to vomit at one point, but I didn't. And then I fell asleep, and I had quite a good sleep. I had half a Valium, which would have helped, but I slept okay. And I've woken up this morning feeling quite a bit better than yesterday. I'm well improved today, and I also have to wonder how much of the fatigue and those down feelings that I'm feeling are my chemo versus my ascites, because I do know even before I went on to chemo, my ascites did used to be painful and debilitating and all of those things, and it is enormous at the moment. I'm the biggest I've ever been, so I don't know how much of it is chemo and how much of it is ascites. I will certainly be finding out when I have my ascites drain, which is possibly going to be tomorrow, which is Wednesday. More likely it's going to be Thursday. So once I've had that drain, then I will see how relieved I am, and then I'll be able to work out how much of it is chemo pain and how much of it is ascites pain. The other interesting thing I've got today is my third appointment with my psychologist. So I've got that in a couple of hours' time, and I dare say I'll be reporting that to you probably tomorrow. The topic of conversation is likely to be some things that have bubbled up in the last 24, 48 hours, and a lot of those are to do with the reflections I've had to have on myself as a result of watching where Sarah POG is at. How, as I said to you in Cancer Update 30, I'm having to go from feelings of sadness into feelings of acceptance. And for Sarah, there's also an element of that I need to be ready to do that for myself, because there's every possibility that I'm terminal and that I will at some point be palliative. So I want to talk to my psychologist about that movement from sadness into acceptance. I'm also interested to talk to my psychologist more about what Josh has said in today's update about what are some great ways that we can show kindness to each other. Because I think that's a wonderful ideal to strive for, and perhaps it's a wonderful reality to bring to bear. So I'm curious to talk to my psychologist about that. So I won't keep you any longer. Please enjoy these images of me cleaning the sign at Wireless Hill Park to do with the Noongar 6 seasons. And I will talk to you tomorrow, and be kind and make good choices. I'll see you tomorrow. Those there are red-tailed black cockatoos. They're an endangered species within Western Australia. If we're lucky enough to see one of them fly off, you'll see a bright flash of red in their tail. They have absolutely stunning tails. I might actually just walk towards them, and that will probably make them fly. It also may not. We'll see. Hey. That one seems to be pretty calm with my presence. Anyway, there's also one there. Actually, I'm not sure if that's a red tail or a Carnaby's. That might be a Carnaby's black cockatoo. Can't really see his tail from here. I'll walk around the other side. Oh no, there it is. It's a red tail. It is a red tail. Don't know if you can see that. Anyway, it's a blessing to have them here today. I've come back to this spot because you might remember that in one of my previous episodes I came here to film this sign about the 6 seasons, of the Noongar people, and I was sad that it had been tagged. So I've come here today with methylated spirits and isopropyl alcohol and some other cleaning agents, because I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to clean that. And now that I've arrived, these red-tailed black cockatoos are here. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to get on with cleaning this. So it turns out that the first thing that I've tried, isopropyl alcohol, is actually working a treat, and I'm really pleased. So I'd just like to capture this moment. It's coming off. I'll clean it up properly and then I'll show you the end result, but we're gonna get there. Okay, it's worked. I've got it all off, so I'm really happy. This is my day 5 of chemo, and I wanted to get out of the house and try and be active and try and be a little bit normal. And this seemed like a really positive thing to want to do, and I'm really pleased that I've been successful. So I'll just reverse up the camera angle so that you can read about the Noongar 6 seasons. Thank you for watching. There's a chitty just over here. They're a small bird. Oh, can you see that? There you go. The chitty's just behind the bin now. There. Hey. They're a really playful bird. I really like them.